Hello, 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 and welcome to the Sunday League Pundit Show. Watchalong. We're going to be watching the North London Derby, which obviously for me is more important than the other two, hence the reason that I'm here and the other two are not. So we're having to just deal with the fact that them two, they will be here very shortly, but they played golf this morning and they did a couple of other things and now they're going to be late. So the game is probably about 5-10 minutes away from kicking off. North London Derby, lots of nerves, although after we beat Chelsea 5-0, there shouldn't be, right? But you never can tell with a derby. So you'll see me looking that way a lot because that's where the TV is, and I've had to put the camera away. But yeah, Jim Jam will be with us shortly, and Tin Ribs will be sat behind the camera as usual when they get here. We are still in the process of trying to improve the sound, so I'm hoping it does sound better for you guys that are listening and watching, of course, on YouTube as well. So yeah, we're just settling down now and hoping that Arsenal do not mess up the North London derby because that would be. It just doesn't even bear thinking about. There's too many Tottenham supporters in and around my life for us to lose this game and like 100% lose the title because of Spurs. That would just be the worst. Although what I would appreciate is us beat Tottenham today. That would be good. And then Tottenham to beat City to help us win the title. That would be immaculate if that could be the case. So I guess you never know. The season is not over yet. There is a few games left. I believe we've got 3 including today. City have got 4 including today. I don't know who City have got today actually. I never checked. I remember looking at it thinking, well, they've won. City, Nottingham Forest. So yeah, I probably was right. As good as Forest can be on the day. City are in that form, aren't they? It's the end of the season where Man City just do what Man City do best, and they go unbeaten and they just destroy teams because it's what they do, and it's what they're very, very good at, isn't it? That's why they've won 6 titles in 7 or whatever it is now. Or it's just about to be 7 in 8 or whatever. So Arsenal are now going to try and put a stop to that, but yeah, I don't think there's many Arsenal fans that are completely optimistic about it. Just going through the lineup: Raya, boo. White on the right, Saliba and Gabriel in the middle, and Tomiyasu on the left. I like that. Partey, DM, and Odegaard and Rice pushing forward. I like that. Do you know, I really like Partey, but he needs to stay fit, and he doesn't stay fit enough. Trossard on the left, Saka on the right, and Havertz up front. I love Trossard. Trossard's a great player. Martinelli is fantastic, don't get me wrong. Martinelli is a superb footballer, but he has struggled this season. On the bench, we've got Ramsdale, Jesus, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, Nketiah, Kiwior, Jorginho, Vieira, and Zinchenko. I hope Zinchenko doesn't come on. Good God. Not a fan of Zinchenko. Jesus works hard, but there's no end product. Odegaard is now chatting to him in a circle in the middle. Looking very determined, so that's a good sign. None of them look particularly nervous. Oh, God, come on, boys. The last thing we need is to lose this game. So important. I mean, I get that it's important to Tottenham fans as well, but, you know, they're not fighting for the title, are they? We are. I don't know if you can hear the TV in the background or not. Oh, I think Jim Jam's just turned up. We're still in my gym that's in the back of my garden, so... Here he is, better late than never.
Technically, I made it.
He literally walked through the door as they've kicked off for the beginning of the game.
Well, that's on time.
So, right, what you need to do is pull it up. We've got to have it quite close in order for it to
Register.
sound.
Register.
Or what I could do is turn it on.
On
then,
would help.
And then you could try again.
Try again.
There you go.
We're all good.
It's a little bit better. Do you want to put them on?
Yeah.
I've moved it a bit close to you.
Is it? Come on. There we go.
That's what happens when you put the wire underneath the chair before he sits on it.
Oh, that's louder.
Yeah, I've tried to sort it out for you today.
Thanks.
I've put a bit of effort in this weekend to trying to sort out the sound quality. Like I say, you just need that quite close. And if you speak around there,
Around here.
then that should be good.
Better.
There you go. That's what I like.
Super.
So yeah, I'm hoping the sound's going to be better. That microphone is still good as well, but obviously Tin Ribs is going to have to sit close to his. And we've just got to hope he doesn't do any shouting.
Yeah.
What was that? Like Kulusevski's just dragged Tomiyasu to the ground, albeit the ball was nowhere near, like it had already gone, and just a bit of arsing about afterwards.
Important thing is, how are you feeling about the game
Nervous.
right now?
Nervous. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you'd have asked me just after we played Chelsea, I'm like, we're going to smash them. But now on the day, I've got, there's just all these, it's the NLD, isn't it? So anything can happen.
Yeah.
And knowing, you're just turning off the notifications.
No. I will turn off the notifications, but I was just looking at the starting lineup because
You
I'm
haven't seen it
intrigued.
yet.
I haven't seen it yet, and
Right,
I'm
okay.
intrigued how many players playing in the game actually care about a North London derby.
Not enough. Not enough.
I look
And
at,
I can tell you that for nothing.
So I look at
I like to think the likes of Ben White would.
Ben White would understand.
Saka.
I think Declan Rice understands the
Tin
North
Ribs
London
has just shown
derby.
up. And he'll be back in a minute because he's going back out again.
Yeah, I think Declan Rice understands it. I don't think he's fully committed to it yet.
I think he would be, because
There
West
you
Ham
go.
hate Tottenham as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Odegaard had the ball just on the right. And he sort of knocks it in with his left foot, but it wasn't nearly accurate enough for Saka to get on the end of it.
Saka's one that should care about it. Fully.
Saka should care about it. Smith Rowe should care about it, although they've not put him on.
Yeah.
This
is a Smith Rowe game.
I think the likes of Gabriel and Tomiyasu would understand because they've been there long enough now.
Yeah.
Certainly Gabriel's been there long enough. Havertz, if he's learned anything at Chelsea, because Chelsea and Spurs hate each other.
Yeah, he should.
So he should also have, not a North London thing, but a hatred of Tottenham, because Chelsea hate them as well. But does Havertz care enough about English football?
I look at Tottenham and it's like, maybe Davis might care about it because he's been at Tottenham long enough.
He's been there for a while, hasn't he?
Højbjerg, maybe been there long enough. Son should definitely care about it enough.
Yeah, you should know all about it.
But any of the others, no, I don't think so. Vicario first season, pretty much. Porro,
I mean, they're all footballers at the end of the day, so you would think that all of them understand a rivalry. Certainly, like, when your manager says this is our main rivalry, you would think all footballers would understand it. But if I went to play for Bayern Munich and I was told this is our main rivalry, I'd still be sat there going, but it's Bayern Munich, I'm just not that bothered.
Yeah.
Just don't care. I know the fans care, but
Certain clubs, like, you would care, but there's only one, If I was a professional footballer, there's only one club that I'd love to score against.
would that be Pompey? By any
It
chance?
might be Pompey.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
And I don't know where I'd want to score more. At St Mary's or at Fratton Park.
Well, with you being a defender, goal scoring wouldn't exactly be your main attribute. So you'd be forgiven. I'm just explaining for people. Because you could have been a striker then going, I want to score more at Fratton Park than I do at St Mary's. And they'd be like, that's a bit weird, isn't it? But as a defender, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, because just for the atmosphere side of things, because scoring in their own backyard means more.
You just want people to hate you, don't you?
Like, you would love to be in prime position, winning at the lane again, which pretty much
100%.
sees you going. I mean, obviously, it's a tough ask because you're relying on probably this
Party
team
has just lost the ball in the middle of the pitch. Son's got it on the right hand side. Oh God, here we go. This is where Arsenal fall down. They've got that vulnerability when the pressure gets on. I do blame Arteta for it because Odegaard went in quite hard then.
Yeah. But obviously, you're relying probably on Tottenham doing a result against City.
That's exactly what we're relying on, yeah. Because
But are
they're the
Tottenham...
only team that have got any form of a chance of getting a result against City.
So you really need Tottenham in a position where Champions League football is a possibility. Otherwise, if they're out of it,
They'll just roll over.
They'll just roll over
They'll just
because they're
roll
not
over.
going to want Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember listening to, obviously in Simon Jordan, but when Palace were up for relegation the year that Southampton did go down, West Brom were playing Portsmouth, and they basically said if Portsmouth even try win against West Brom, who stayed up, they'd have gone absolutely mad because basically Portsmouth losing guaranteed Southampton's relegation.
Wow. That's shocking, isn't it? I would like to say, though, that Tin Ribs has turned up and Jim Jam and Tin Ribs haven't eaten all day. So they've got KFC in case anyone was wondering what that noise was. Or that noise. So, yeah, that's what that is. So you just, if you're around there...
Yeah.
Because I've found you a little thing for your microphone now.
That's rather nice of you.
But the closer you get, then obviously the better it will sound. And it won't be quite as echoey.
How's that?
Better, isn't it? Certainly better. But then I have to do this now when I'm talking to you, because what if I do this? It sounds like you're far away. So you have to have the mic right in front of you. But it's because I can't have it too loud because all the mics are quite close. So if I turn it up any more, all you get is feedback and buzzing and stuff. So, but yeah, it's going to sound a lot better. We just have to be close to the microphones.
So basically, you want me to chew the microphone?
Perfect. You did say you were hungry. Stop your energy. Right, we're 7.5 minutes in, and it's all been played in the middle of a park. There's been a couple of attacks, but they've led to literally nothing like now. Werner's just gone down the left-hand side, hammered it across the face of, well, basically down Raya's throat. He did manage to hold it, so I don't know whether someone's actually given him the slap that he needed, or whether he's got glue on his gloves, which wouldn't surprise me. I think that went out, didn't it? No, they haven't give it.
And I would describe Werner's spell at Tottenham as disastrous, I would say.
Werner at Tottenham?
Yeah. Disastrous.
I wouldn't describe it as productive. That's for damn sure. I definitely wouldn't describe it as productive because he's not really done a lot at all, has he? But then people would have said that about Havertz after his first 10 games. I think it took him 12 games and he only scored a penalty, and that was because Odegaard convinced Saka to pass it to Havertz to have the chance of getting his first goal.
Yeah, I mean, at least after 12 games, it was one less player for you to moan about every week.
No, I still moan about him.
Yeah, but you said you half liked him.
Yeah, but he's not a striker. And we're still playing him up front.
That's 'cause you haven't got one.
Honestly, I think we've got a 16-year-old. And people are going, but he's not old enough. He's not good enough. He's not old enough. How old was Wayne Rooney when he put that absolute screamer past David Seaman?
Yeah, but Wayne
Any
Rooney
ideas?
looked about 30 when he was...
He did, but how old was he?
16.
16. How old's Obi? 16. So
I've seen the guy now.
It doesn't mean he's going to fail.
He looks young.
So did Sean Wright-Phillips, but he still just fit right in. Raheem Sterling at Liverpool squeezed right in. He looked about 11 when he first got into the starting lineup.
I think the biggest thing they can do for him is at least put him on the bench to start experience and match day
That's a
squad.
foul. Free kick, edge of the box. Come on. Let's get this
Would you
done
agree
now.
with that? He needs to join the squad to at least experience, even if he doesn't get on in his first appearance.
I think he needs to train with the first team 100%, but honestly, I'd put him in.
Different.
Maybe not this game,
level. It's a different level, but I'm going to point something out. About 2 years ago, Leeds under 18s were absolutely tearing up everything. And we had 2 strikers. And they were scoring for fun. Neither of them can score for shit now. One's out on loan, and one's used in desperation measures. Just because you're performing really well in the under 18s does not necessarily mean that you can perform.
That's exactly my point, though.
Yeah.
Try him. Because he could bring that form. I'm not saying he's going to score 7 goals in 30 minutes in the Premier League. Right, I'm not stupid. But he could come into the first team and score 1 a game. 1 every 100 minutes. 1 every 110 minutes. It's still going to be better than what we've got now as a striker. Who's lining this up? Is that Trossard?
Trossard, yeah.
Wow, Trossard's got the ball. Oh no, Odegaard ran in. I'm sure he nicked that, you know. I think Trossard was
Well,
meant to stay
Trossard
there.
definitely started the run up, so it
But
sort of looked
Odegaard hit that straight into the wall, which I've got to be honest, I would take some satisfaction in smashing the ball into a Tottenham player's face.
I would say that Odegaard probably didn't steal it, being the captain. I'm pretty sure he told him, I'm taking it.
I'd have given that to the right footer though, I'll be honest. Doesn't make a lot of sense for a left foot to be taking one on Arsenal's left-hand side of their box.
It surprised me on Friday that you didn't take all the corners. Or was it the first corner you took that put you off from taking all of them?
No, I went to take the corners, but when we got a corner on the opposite side to the pitch to where I was stood, Miller ran and took it because he desperately wanted it.
And also, Stretch couldn't be bothered to run across to the other side of the pitch.
I'm always happy to take corners.
I've
Don't
got to
mind
say,
corners.
I was really happy I didn't run up the pitch for his first corner.
I knocked that straight out of play.
Yep.
Didn't even go into play. It was awful. Last one was good though. Should have scored off the last one. Dropped it right in the mixing bowl. He got hit towards goal, and then our player put his foot up, stopped it, and hooked it back out again. Oh, nightmare.
I'm still amazed you couldn't score against Numpa Lumpa.
Just saying.
I could have. Did you see that one that I missed?
That's what I'm saying.
I was 1-on-1. All I had
That's
to
what
do
I'm
was
saying.
slide it in the corner.
That was my point.
Absolute disgrace.
How did you not score against
Just like
Numpa Lumpa?
Maddison's just done there. He only blazed his over, and I'll put mine wide.
It was like when Sam was about 5 yards out and only had to tap it into the net and blazed it over.
Yeah.
Madness, isn't it? It's great. And then we'll sit here and we'll slag footballers off for like a bad shot or a bad pass. And then you see that the way we play on a Friday, and you're like, I know what I meant to do. It just did not do what I wanted it to do. But then we'll happily sit here and slag these off. And then people will go, but these play every day. So did we. So we were like 30. We played every day of our lives.
Yeah.
We were still shocking. That's why we weren't on telly. But there you go. We're all allowed to slag people off. What a ball.
That's a great ball.
Unfortunately, Odegaard's... Oh, he's put it in.
Finish!
It's in!
I'm
Don't
gonna do it
tell me he's offside. It was offside.
I don't know.
If they're going to bring that back for Odegaard... Oh, they are
Yeah,
bringing it back for Odegaard. Just flag, man. Don't let the
If he
game
knows
go on
it's there.
afterwards.
I mean, it was a bit obvious, wasn't it, really? He's
I mean,
already
that's a great
flagged.
finish. That's unfortunate.
I mean, it was a good goal by Havertz. It was a good ball
Yeah.
through by Odegaard once he controlled it.
Yeah. To be fair, the whole
turned
thing
on
was
it. It was
just
good, but-
slightly unlucky.
It shows what you need to do in this game, anyway.
See, I get
Yeah,
the idea
shoot.
that...
I mean, the timing of the run was only slightly off, so...
But
Yeah.
the argument for why they don't flag up straight away is because now that we have VAR, you have to allow the passage of play to continue and finish, because VAR can look back at it and say, actually, you're wrong. But when you're that obviously offside, just flag the fucking
Yeah,
thing.
it's not even that for me. There's so many times where they've let it continue and somebody's borderline been badly injured.
Yeah.
And you're like, you could be having somebody have a broken leg, which could have just been flagged ages before. Now we're on for a good play. Rice had got it. Romero, for once, is trying not to kill people and actually trying to defend. You're allowed to eat, you know. I've explained that
I
you've
know.
not eaten all day. Look at that. Romero actually with a decent block. Rather than trying to hack somebody down and get a red card like usual. I don't really rate Romero as a defender. He would have been better in Vinnie Jones's day.
I won't lie. I rate the fact that he identifies as a defender.
He identifies as a defender.
You know what? On a non-football subject, though, I have to say that now KFC chips are like near enough
Oh, he's got
ranked
it!
number one.
It's in!
Go!
Come on! 1-0, 14 minutes, 50 seconds, off a corner.
Don't want to sound like a twat here, but I'd rather hear what Jim Jam was saying about the chips, to be honest.
That's only because his team has just been smashed 4-0. 4-0. His team got smashed on Friday.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Mm.
Not yet. Not yet. I'll cry about that later.
Yeah,
I
when
mean-
we were recording the actual pod. I think that was no goal by Hojbjerg, you know.
Yeah, he
Well, the
doesn't
fact that
look
camera
very
keeps
happy.
going back to him,
The
and he's like,
fact that the camera
misery.
constantly goes to him and he looks like he's just chewed a wasp.
oh,
I mean,
that's
Is it?
it was a great finish.
Is it though?
Yeah, it's an own goal because look, it goes for Tommy Esso.
Oh yeah.
It was a great header.
What a header.
Remember you saying you need a striker stretch?
I'm in on that form. I'd signed Hjorberg. That was a great header.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah,
We
because he's
sold
from
him.
Southampton, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's not from Southampton.
Well, he's from Southampton FC
Yeah.
before he got to Tottenham. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Thank you, Southampton. Obviously, don't want City to win the league again. But then, there's that many people as well that are anti-Arsenal winning the league, and they're just random. They're fans of random teams, not United or Tottenham. There's fans of all sorts of different teams that are against Arsenal winning the league. And for me, I'm like, do you want us to turn into Scotland or Germany, where the same team win it year after year after year after year?
Why anti-Arsenal?
Stoke
I get
definitely are. Because old Wenger Gate and all that.
Well, they shouldn't have broken Ramsey's leg, should they? That's what that comes down to. That's why.
Although Ramsey's leg was already broke before Shawcroft touched him. But
We'll agree to disagree on that one. No. We'll agree to disagree on that one. And then we don't like Birmingham because they did Eduardo. They snapped his leg.
I mean, I get why people wouldn't like Liverpool. I get why people would want Man United to win the league. Arsenal? Really? I just don't see the...
I think a lot of it comes to, like, the main opinion that I can fathom myself is people say it's down to Arsenal arrogance.
see, another one was Wolves fans. They seem to don't want Arsenal either, and I don't get the Wolves.
I'm not sure why Wolves hate Arsenal. I don't see the relevance for Arsenal where Wolves are concerned. Apart from the fact that we've got quite a good record against Wolves. But then so have City. So who do you want to win the league? Do you want the same team over and over and over again to win the league? Because that to me just seems pretty boring. We've got the best league in the world, not when the same team win it 7 years out of 8 or whatever it's going to be.
I mean, like I say, I sort of understand why. Let's just use Man United and Liverpool as examples because I used them a minute ago. They both hate each other.
That was closer than you wanted.
That was pretty close. I wasn't happy about that, I'll be honest.
Maybe he's identified as a
Tottenham had just had a corner, swung it in, and WWE's just got his head on it.
Romero.
And it's literally just come like Raya's made a very delayed dive towards the ball, and just to make it look like
leave him alone.
He's like the guy at work that only moves when the boss walks past. Like, well, I'm gonna have to dive and make it look as though I've tried to save the ball, even though I would never have got it in a million years.
You would know that.
Yeah.
From when I was working in a warehouse, I would definitely know that. They used to call me security light. Only came on when someone walked past.
Maybe not even then.
It was debatable, wasn't it?
But yeah, going back to the point. Obviously, Liverpool would never want Man United to win the league. Man United would never want Liverpool to win the league. At the moment, a lot of people hate Liverpool, mainly because of their fans. So no one wants Liverpool to win the league. Man United, everyone's sick to death of them winning it.
Get up, Madison.
Plus the fact that this whole, what you were saying, Arsenal arrogance, is definitely a Man United arrogance. They have this, like, the fans have this inherent belief that they should win the league.
Yeah.
When they are so far from winning the league at the moment, it's hilarious. And what makes me laugh even harder is the fact that the problems are clearly the dressing room. The players are the problem. And all they do is replace the manager. And then that manager gets sacked because of the players. And I don't understand why
I would agree
we're on this carousel of churning out managers at Manchester United when it is blatantly obvious there are players within that changing room who just need sacking.
Did that just hit the post?
I think it did hit the post. Tottenham again on the attack.
Tottenham had a free kick similar to where the corner was, to be fair, right down where Maddison dived. Swung the free kick, great free kick to be fair to him, right at the back post. WWE again. Romero got his head on the ball. I'm sure he hit the post, hadn't you?
Here comes in, free kick in.
Yeah.
He has hit the post, yeah. You're not going to get any closer than they've got. Oh, again, belated.
Leave him at Jesus
what,
Christ.
I do.
I know you hate him, but to be fair,
if it's
It might
Partey's job to mark Romero, he needs to swap with somebody like Gabriel
That was shocking defending.
because
That was terrible.
you cannot let Romero keep having them chances in the box.
No.
So right now,
That-
that's
that-
their target man. So you need your best ever of the
That
ball.
was awful
So
defending.
that's either Gabriel or Saliba, in my opinion, has got to be
I'd
on
go
him.
either one of them is fine by me. Either one, I would put
For
on
me,
there.
it's Saliba.
Why would you not put one of them on Romero, knowing he's the best in the air at free kicks and corners?
But speaking of marking and stuff,
Oh, well done, Raya. Give him the ball away again.
the game Liverpool-Everton,
Now we're under pressure because Raya's just given the ball
exactly
away. Good
why
defending.
Trent Arnold should be nowhere near that England side at right back, because his marking of Calvert-Lewin for their second goal was incredible.
Mate.
I mean, I was happy for it because it meant that they went 2-0 down, but he didn't even attempt to attack. And
He's not a
if-
defender.
He's not.
He's not a defender.
As a
not a defender.
midfielder, I rate
He's,
him.
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually rate him in the midfield because his
Got another
set
corner for
pieces,
Spurs.
his passing, his creative play is really
Swinging
good.
in, middle, and
When
it's
it
headed out.
comes to-
Oh, by Saliba.
When it
The one that
comes
can
to
actually get his head on the
his-
ball. And Porro tried it from
Go on,
30.
outside.
Oh, no.
It's
That's a
it's
goal.
gone in.
It's a goal. The flag's not even up.
Is it?
And that's
Mick-
Van der Ven that's
Van
just
der
scored
Ven.
that. Porro hit it from about 35 yards. It was awful, but it bounced among a couple of people. And then Van der Ven's in the middle on his own and just slides it past Raya like he's not there because, well, he might as well not be.
Well,
So
Again, I'm going to defend Raya here. At that position, centre of the goal, it's a lot harder
Yeah.
to fucking miss than it is to score.
let's see what Raya actually does when the ball
I
comes
think he
through.
went
then.
the wrong way,
I know he went the wrong way. Let's see how he actually acts when the ball comes through then.
but I think
So the
he
ball got
had to
headed
make
out.
a 50-50
Oh.
choice.
Everyone, let's not be defending him. Porro hits it from 35 yards.
He might be.
He's
not
offside if
sure.
it's that 37.
He's off.
Oh,
I
he
think
is off.
I said he was off before.
He is off. Do you know what? I thought he was miles on.
No, I thought-
Oh, it depends how they draw the lines.
no, he's off.
Oh no, hang
No,
on. 'cause
look
he's
at
sticking
his
his
ass.
arse
no,
out.
no,
Like.
look at the.
I know,
You
but
gotta remember
Yeah,
it's
but
not
let's-
straight on.
yeah,
that's it.
let's-
he looks well off from
Let's
here.
remember,
but
Tin Ribs, that this is VAR.
It depends what VAR want to do.
I would say that's probably going to stand, personally.
No, I think it's off. Looks off.
There you go.
Stop. This is
That's
what
how
annoys me.
clear cut
No,
this
but-
is.
no, but
I'm
this is
saying
what
it's
annoys
probably
me.
on.
This is what
He's
annoys
saying
me
it's
now,
probably
right?
off.
They're faffing around, zooming the camera in and out.
Draw
Just
the
draw
lines.
the fucking lines.
Draw the
You
lines.
know, you're
Draw
not
lines.
allowed
We're
to-
done.
No, they are drawing the lines, but we don't see the lines anymore. That's why you don't see them.
How hard is it to draw two fucking lines?
No, they don't show them now. They cut the lines out for the live cameras.
But again, now they're zooming in on this. It's not a straight camera. You can't see a fucking line from a 45-degree angle when you need it at 0. The angle you should be looking at is 0. Not fucking 45, not fucking slightly askewed. Stop looking at a fucking askewed angle to draw a fucking line. Just draw a fucking line at 0.
You know what I do now?
They keep zooming in on it. It's pissing me off because it's not
They're
fucking
going to
straight.
keep. They're going to keep
because
doing
of the
it.
time that it takes.
I don't know which
He's
is red and
offside.
which is blue.
Offside,
Oh,
yeah.
it's giving it offside. Come on!
I mean,
I still blame
For
Raya for the
me,
goal going in. I'd
the
like to
time
point
that
out.
took, I think it goes with the on-field decision. I said there should be a certain time limit.
I've got to be honest.
Done.
That's how clear cut that decision was. I said it was on. He said it was off.
And I said it was off before you even put in the
And you
the
said it
fucking
was
net.
off. So
I think
It-
you were
it-
just saying it on just because you really.
I
didn't
was
want it to
panicking
be.
a bit. I was
Yeah.
panicking
Because you're
a bit.
negative as
'cause
fuck.
You're going to be, aren't you, when it's your team? I mean, as soon as you conceded one on Friday, we were getting like absolute dogs abuse in the thing because you were that annoyed that you conceded one. I had to mute the group when they started conceding 4 because I was worried about what
You
he
know
was
what
going to
fucks
put in
me
the
off the
group.
most
Man.
about that though? I got in the car and Talk Sport announced it as Leeds 1, QPR 0. And when they started
They
saying
did because I was listening to
I
Talk
went,
Sport at the time.
Cheddar. And then all of a sudden I realised that they fucked up. But they didn't even apologise for the
No.
initial fuck up. And I was
No,
like,
they didn't. Yeah, I was listening to Talk Sport at that point as well, and I'm like, fucking hell, Leeds have gone. Oh yeah, because we just left football, haven't we? I'm trying to think why were we both listening to Talk Sport at the same time? Yeah, we just left football, got in the car, and I said to me lad Ethan, I said, oh, Tim Ribs will be happy. They've just gone 1 up. Ethan looked at his
Got
phone and he
home
went, no,
and
they
then-
haven't. It's QPR says on FOTMob. I'm like, well, I trust FOTMob over Talk Sport, which says a lot anyway, doesn't it?
mate, when you've got a fucking pundit in Gabia Bondahor
Have you heard the stuff he's been
Mate,
spewing about Arsenal lately?
Mate, I don't give. It doesn't matter what he talks.
Christ.
I would rather trust Fred West with my kids than anything he says.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest.
I mean, this is completely different, but this is how much he's liked within the Villa community, right? We got given, for obviously we know that I'm involved in a charity,
Mm-hmm.
and they were given a pair of signed Agbonlahor boots to auction off.
I think you can name the charity, mate, if you want to, because it's not advertising technically because it's a charity.
I'm going to leave that. But they were given a pair of signed Agbonlahor boots. After 5 attempts at shipping them, someone bought them for 35 quid because they were a £110 pair of boots. Scrubbed the name off and used them on 2-0.
Come on! Saka, sorry. Mike was a bit close then.
Yeah.
Apologies for shouting down the microphone.
It's a great ball. It left Saka in space.
Great finish.
Took his time and pulled it onto his left foot. No shot there.
Right, I don't know if anyone's aware, right, but I've got my phone in my hand and I'm showing it to the camera. It's not on mute. Nobody's heard it yet, have they? There's a lot of Tottenham people in my life. Silent.
It would be now.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically,
Doesn't look like I'm getting any points.
we managed to sell his boots so that the lad who wore them on a Sunday morning,
He wore his signed boots.
yeah,
Just to play football.
he bought a pair of Agbonlahor boots for £35. These are £110 pair of Nike Mercutials or something, signed by Agbonlahor. And after 4 or 5 attempts of selling them in an auction, someone bought them just so he had a decent pair of boots on a Sunday morning.
He's done Davis there. He's so, done Davis.
If your
there.
own fans think so little of you that they won't even buy your signed boots,
Isn't he their leading goal scorer as well?
It's only because he was there for like 40 years.
Yeah, but he is their leading goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they still don't.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Still
like,
not bothered.
look at all their great strikers.
Any
They're all
Villa
gone
fans, feel free to get in touch if
They're
you're
all
a Villa
gone
fan that
within, like-
likes Agbonlahor.
They're all gone within like 2-3 years. Because,
Go on, get it out.
like,
Oh,
for example,
Tottenham are on
I'm
the
going to
attack
use
again.
probably one of the best.
It is very double-sided, this game is.
Well, that's just committed suicide.
I'm not quite sure what fell then, but something fell behind us, which you're not going to see because I'm going to take the background out anyway. But
I'd leave the background in just for that.
yeah, it's very sort of Arsenal attack, Spurs attack, Arsenal attack, Spurs attack, but Spurs have done nothing with theirs because they're shite.
I reckon whatever that was behind your vintage football was a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
They do follow me around, it
you
seems.
say they did nothing. They've put the ball in the back of the net. It was offside, and they've hit the post. So we come close.
Yeah, I'm quite close.
Well, yeah,
actually, to be fair. Odegaard's on the floor, and let's hope he's just doing what footballers normally do and pretending. Because the last thing we need is a Martin Odegaard injury.
Yeah, I don't think he's hurt.
Well, yeah.
For me, he's top 5 players in the Premier League.
How long was Dwight York at Villa?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
You get up from that.
I understand why he's gone down to try and get the free kick, but I don't think that's hurt as much as is being made out.
No. And he's got to now go
slight
off the
armpit
pitch
to the
for
face.
30
He's trying to hold one player off, and as he's swung round, another Tottenham player's come in, and he's caught his shoulder.
It wasn't his shoulder, it was here. It was his chest.
No, it's his shoulder. Not. Oh no, they're not showing it. Yeah, he turned around, he just caught his shoulder on his cheek, but it doesn't look like there was a lot in it. I think that. Oh, it's Gary Neville though, isn't it? Trying to say
What's
that's
he
shit.
diving?
Maddison dived and got a free kick earlier though. He's proper cheating today. He is great player as well. He doesn't need to do all that.
Yeah. I mean, that
A
was
bit like Saka.
That was a fair challenge by Ross. That was a good challenge by Ross.
It's a bit like Saka. Trust me, Saka. All the ability in the world, he still throws himself to the floor for nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, not the worst birthday I've ever had.
Why is
Seeing us 2-0 up after 30 minutes. I wouldn't have mentioned that.
I
if we were
imagine
losing.
that Spurs aren't seeing that much of a concern.
What, would it been Werner that's on the floor?
Yeah, disaster.
If anything, the fans are going, please be broken, please be broken, please be
A bit
broken.
harsh.
No, I meant a toe, like, not his leg.
Oh. Looks like he's
I
coming
don't want
off.
him on.
No.
I don't want Brennan Johnson on. You can leave him on the bench. Leave the German on, it's fine. Werner can stay on the pitch. Do
I
not
would
bring
say
Brennan
you've
Johnson
got
on.
Brennan Johnson coming on.
No, don't bring Brennan Johnson on because he's great. I wanted us to sign him
You
from
know
Forest
what's a
before he went to
crazy rule
Spurs.
is that it'd be interesting if Tottenham make a change now. Can he go off and Odegaard has to wait 30 minutes? 30 seconds rather. 30 minutes is a bit
Ah,
long.
no.
30 minutes is a bit harsh, isn't it?
I'm just watching this. They're going over the Kulichevsky going down. He basically falls over himself, and they're looking at is there a penalty in it? And the contact that Trossard makes is so insignificant that I wouldn't even say that he touched him.
So
31 minutes.
Timo
Werner's gone
this
off.
is what's wrong with the game. Timo Werner gets injured, has treatment on the pitch, gets substituted, so his substitute can come onto the pitch right away. Odegaard has to wait 30 seconds because he didn't go off and he received treatment on the pitch.
Do you know, not something I actually crossed my mind, but you're right. You're right, that's definitely a flaw in the game. They should make the sub wait 30 seconds as well before he comes on, really, shouldn't they?
Should do.
Never even thought about that. That's a very good point. I'm going to put that out as a question. Do you think that's right? Two players both go down for injuries, both get treated on the pitch. The one that stays on the pitch has to stay off for 30 seconds, but the one that gets subbed is replacements allowed straight on.
Whether or not it actually happened or not, I don't know, because Odegaard is on the pitch already, and I think it was before 30 seconds. So, I mean, in theory, you should have to wait 30 seconds, but
It was one of the new
Who
rules,
knows?
wasn't it? But then
Yeah.
I suppose an automatic yellow for kicking the ball away was one of the rules, and that's not really been upheld much of the season, has it?
Also,
they
only
gave up on
two
that after about two
only two
games.
people can speak to the ref. That one went away very
Oh,
quickly.
the two captains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that changed when everyone decided to surround the ref. And the third one to approach the ref gets an automatic booking.
Yep.
For me, it should be your captain approaches the ref. Anyone else that approaches, yellow card. If you want to put an end to it, that's the way to do it. That's a foul. I'm sure he clipped his...
Oh, that was an interesting one. Apparently,
How's they not given that as a foul?
something not-
Saka's running down the wing. He gets his... Albeit it's not a horrific tackle, but he's clipped his ankles, which has caused him to go over. Not a free kick.
Yeah, but it's because he goes over so easy so often, they've probably just decided that.
Do you know what? I can't even argue with that either. 'Cause
But
he's got a
that's-
fair point,
yeah.
hasn't he?
But I've often said that to get rid of the diving problem, we need to do like post-game reviews and what's the term?
Retrospective
bookings. After listening to the Neil Warnock book, turns out he actually thinks the same and has actually brought the idea up. It's good to
A
see
long, long time ago
yeah,
as well.
God,
Years ago.
Yeah. And it's like, it's at that moment you sort of go, it's nice to see that they don't listen to these things, and yet these are the things that would actually benefit football.
Well, it's not like Warnock's been in the game for a long time or anything.
No.
He's only been doing it a couple of months, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, what, 10,000 months or something? He's been in the game. He's been in there forever, hasn't he?
I mean,
He's
don't
been
get
in
me
football longer than dinosaurs were on the earth.
wrong. Yeah.
I think the FA probably actually want controversial moments.
Do you know, I mean,
Tell me I'm wrong. Is it more entertaining, gives people to shout about?
Well, they have
If they
stated...
stamped it all out, it's purely just about a game of football being played fairly.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got to remember that the Premier League was created to be an entertainment vessel. One thing that I'm
Arsenal on the attack.
so grateful for...
oh,
Come on, Arsenal.
bad
Snuffed
touch.
out very quickly. Listening to
Bad
the
touch.
David Dean book.
Oh, have you listened
And,
to that now?
oh, well, I'm 2/3 through.
Yeah.
But listening to the reasonings
Oh, great
behind the
tackle.
Premier League, what he was thinking, how he wanted to progress, it's really, I mean, fantastically interesting, to be honest. And it's great that that's the direction they've gone in. But like you just said, controversy, it's entertainment. The Premier
Go on.
League
Oh,
is...
it's bad control. I think he handballed that, if I'm honest. The ball got played through to
Well,
Kai Havertz, and he
Something went off.
went to sort of move his chest towards the ball, but I'm fairly certain he lifted his arm a little bit. I think that was a handball.
Well,
Yeah, they've given
he
the
was
handball.
protesting with his arms, but like shoulder, but...
Who'd have thought? Right, just a quick one. They've just showed attacking areas on the pitch. 64% of Arsenal's attacks have gone down Saka's side, 15 down Trossard's. For me, they should use Trossard more often.
Yeah.
I think Trossard's a fantastic footballer. And he scored so many goals for us. Why wouldn't you use him? We're 2-0 up. Why not make it 3 or 4? Let's make it really embarrassing for him.
You were saying...
Son's been put through there, but it just wasn't quick enough. Gabriel surprised me this season because I was never that big a fan of Gabriel before this season, but this season he's just been amazing. So yeah, there's another player that I've changed my mind on.
I was going to say, because at the start of the season you were like, why are you not playing Ben White in that position?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Gabriel, and do you know what? He really has changed my mind this year. He's been absolutely superb this season.
What was the
Gabriel
player that you bought for defence that got injured?
Timber.
What position does he play?
Right back, left back, centre back. Okay. Where we played him at the start, he played left back.
Yeah.
And he was on, I think he was on for about 38 minutes against City and absolutely dominated them.
Yeah.
And he's played 2 games in the under-21s and he scored an absolute screamer from about 20-odd yards out.
Honestly, I forgot he even existed or even played for Arsenal.
Mate, honestly, I've just been counting the days till he gets back.
The reason I was asking was I was trying to figure out if he was Ben White's replacement at right back to pull Ben White into the middle.
No, he was Zinchenko's replacement, which, let's face it, nobody blames him for wanting to replace him. But I also like Tomiyasu. I think Tomiyasu is a great player. We've got it on the left-hand side now. Trossard went to cross it in, got blocked, gone for a corner.
So you basically sell Agent Zinchenko and...
Do you know we've been offered 45 million for Jesus?
By who?
Real Madrid.
Then you need to tear their hand off.
Mate, he'd already be on the plane if it was me.
Mate, I'd drive him there.
I'd hold his hand and walk him there if I could for 45 million, I tell you.
That
Don't get me wrong,
halfway.
Jesus works so hard.
That
He's
gets you
so
halfway
hard
to a decent
working,
striker.
but there is no end product. He's like, if you could mix Jesus and Haaland, you would have the perfect footballer. Because you'd have a hard-working, battle-weary striker that could also finish.
What a goal.
3-0, Havertz. I tell you what, he was a meme at Chelsea. What's going on? Like, I slagged him off to high heaven when we signed him.
I'm just going to point out one thing. He was a meme at Chelsea. He signed for Arsenal, and now Chelsea are a meme.
Yep.
It's a fair point. So was Havertz that bad, or was it Chelsea that were making him bad? Because it took him a while to settle in, but then he was getting a lot of hassle.
Well, you even said, I mean, you're still not sold on him, but...
He's a lot better than I thought he was. He's a much, much better footballer than I gave him credit for.
Where do you play him in your team? What do you think is his position?
For Havertz? Well, honestly,
yeah.
Sub. I think he's a good footballer, but then, to be fair, I think Jesus is a good footballer.
Perhaps you just don't play a striker.
Watkins. We need to buy Watkins. I don't understand why this is so difficult for the Arsenal board. Do you know the first signing we need to make? The very first signing we need to make in the summer? Brighton's director of football. Because the people he takes into Brighton are ridiculous. We could have had Ben White, Trossard before they got expensive, Mitoma. How good is he? Evan Ferguson. How amazing could he be? We need to sign Brighton's director of football. Another great footballer. We need their director of football, number 1. Edu, you've done right, but you're not that good. Brighton's is far, far better. But we are 3-0 up after 40 minutes against Tottenham. I have just had a message.
Oh, there you go.
Is it off?
The son or the best friend?
The son.
It's actually off neither. It's from a guy I used to work with that happens to support Arsenal, and it says, that's a big happy birthday from Kai Havertz. It's what he put to me.
The one thing I will say, we actually had a debate the other day at work about Brighton, and everyone said how shit they were. And it's strange that De Zerbi's been...
Shit, they are.
And that De Zerbi's been linked... Obviously, we now know it's going to be Arnie Slot. But he was being linked with a Liverpool job. And I said, what you got to remember is, at the start of the season, they sold, 2 or 3 of their best players and didn't bring anyone in to replace them. And yet they're still in the top half of the table.
They're still there. They're still challenging.
They've continued for the last 3 years to keep selling players for 50, 60, 70, 80 million pounds.
And it's not just selling players, it's selling their main man.
and they continue.
Tottenham had it on the edge of our area. I think it was Son played it just behind Maddison, who then just slipped and lost it. But I like the way Arsenal are fighting in this game. You don't often see Arsenal fight the way they're fighting today, and I'm quite enjoying it.
They are.
I have to say, though, when you beat Chelsea 5-0 midweek, I really did want to change the score that I predicted.
In fact, I just want to point out, aren't I the only one who said that Arsenal would win today?
No, I think I did as well, because I couldn't bring myself to say that we'd lose, I think. I can have a look, though. We will be going into this into the podcast, but...
Yeah, it's going to be a shit week for the podcast and the predictions.
I'm wrong already, because I said we'd win 2-0. You said we'd win 2-0. You said it'd be 1-1. You absolute...
You
scumbag.
weapon.
You traitor. You're supposed to be a mate, aren't you? Scumbag. Daryl said 3-1, so technically he's still on.
it's still on.
Jason said Spurs would win 2-1. Jason, you're my cousin. Jesus.
So basically, there's going to be no change in the table for
Anybody,
us,
really.
because I'm the only one that got a point out of the Southampton game, and none of you are getting points out of this. Well, you're getting a point
We're
out of this
getting 1
game,
point
and
out
I'm
of this
not getting
game.
one. So
We both said 2-0. I certainly didn't have 3-0 after 40 minutes, so I'm quite pleased about that, for obvious reasons.
obviously, the challenging thing is we've got to pick a third game for this week, and we can't pick Mac because they ain't got one.
No, Mac are done now. Their season's finished.
Unless the
They have
playoff.
got playoffs. I don't know when they start.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know when their playoff game starts.
We'll have-
and
we'll
if
have to
we've got
wait and
enough
see.
time.
Otherwise, we'll just pick a random game. Maybe pick City's game. City got Spurs.
No, I don't. I think
Oh,
that's
hold
later.
on.
Oh no, that might be the week after actually.
I mean, you've
Give me a
got
second.
Blackburn, but they've got Leicester, so that's like giving us all points.
Lol.
Oh, Daryl. Didn't they lose this week as well?
No,
I
0-0.
suppose
No, was it?
against 10-man Coventry.
Oh, that was that. I knew there was a reason I was going to take the piss out of him. It's because they couldn't beat 10 men.
10 men that are already on holiday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those 10 men, that team that are on holiday that I really need to beat fucking Ipswich on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
No, Monday.
Le-
yeah, sorry, Tuesday.
Leeds have screwed themselves over.
Mate, we... Oh,
Uh-oh.
I tell you what, QPR, they were absolutely on fire Friday night. You could tell that they wanted it. You could tell that they knew that if they won, it was safety for them going into the last game of the season. And as much as I hate to say it, the best team won. Fair play to them. We were dog shit.
Yeah, I was going to say there wasn't no controversial goals or anything
No.
like that. It was, which was, you didn't want to see it, but it was better to see because
Yeah.
at least the refs against us kind of.
No,
thing or
it-
something.
they-
it was
they-
just a
Oh,
fair
come on.
result.
They genuinely wanted it more.
We're struggling to play out from the back
They
here.
genuinely wanted it. They genuinely fought really hard. And yeah, fair play to them. They absolutely battered us. They give us the biggest kicking we've had this season.
Right, fair play to you for, being honest about it. A lot of fans would just, turn it round and say something otherwise, regardless, wouldn't they? That was a great ball, by the way.
Maybe offside anyway,
oh my
but
God, it doesn't matter when Son's going to blaze it into space anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit poor by.
He was on as well.
Son. And that was a superb ball, superb run. He's through. The two defenders that are closing in on him, one from the left, one from the right. But he didn't wait for it to fall.
No, it was on the way back
Oh, it
up.
was actually, he did wait for it to fall, but he waited too long.
So
it
was on the
bounced
way
and it
back
was on
up.
his way back up, and that's probably why it went out. Had he just hit that on the bounce,
Oh,
he'd have probably
So-
blasted that straight in.
yeah.
Macclesfield Worksop is on Tuesday
As long as you can get the
At
results off the others, you
at
can go with that.
7:45.
Well, that's fine, because the pod won't be released by then, but if we can message them today and get the results back ASAP, then yeah, we can do the MAC game.
Well, we can message them now,
I'm doing Daryl right now.
and then
Yeah, you want
if
to
you do
do
it,
you want to word that differently? I don't think Daryl's going to want
I
that
don't
releasing
think he
into
does.
the ether, does he?
I don't think he does want to reword
Not
it.
by that way, he's smiling just then. I'm doing Daryl right now.
Oh yeah.
And that's why Tin Ribs isn't on camera. Because it's a podcast, not an OnlyFans. What was it I heard the other day, actually? Someone had said, you can tell that the game's just a lot of prattling about in the middle of the pitch. There's not really a lot going on at the minute. Madsen doing a bit of diving again. Somebody said that OnlyFans are just porn stars from Wish.
Can't argue.
I heard it and I thought, that's really harsh, that is. And I thought about it and I thought, actually, that's pretty accurate. I would say that's quite accurate. Oh, great ball out, actually. Kulusevski's got it on the right. He's up against Trossard.
Great challenge.
Poor ball that
That
he
was a
just
good block.
drilled across the floor, but it was a good block by Arsenal.
Need to get rid of it,
Get
though.
rid of it.
Yeah, they're sort of messing about. It's a good bit of play, though.
Yeah.
Rice has now got it, but they're getting pressured really, really, really heavily by Spurs. Luckily, the ball deflected off a spud. 6 minutes extra time. Do you reckon that's because it took 5 minutes to work out whether they were offside or not?
That and the 2 injuries.
Yeah.
Forgot about the injuries, even though there's been a sub already. I still forgot.
Yeah, at the moment, you don't see Spurs scoring.
No, I'll be honest. It's unlikely.
But right now, it's... So if the game ended now, obviously, Raya would get another clean sheet without having to do anything.
That golden glove is getting ever so close.
I know.
He's got it. He's got it. He's going to get the golden glove, but it should be shared out and given to the defence because it's certainly not him. That was superb by Odegaard, Dan. The ball sort of got away from him, but he still managed to sort of keep his eye on it and backheel it.
He should have passed that straight out, though, there.
And
I'm
you
sorry.
know that notification is coming through FOTMob as well, where Raya's transfer fee comes through.
Oh, I can't wait for that. You know what? I might even
We already know it's
screenshot
happening.
that and send it to Stretch. Just boom. You're welcome.
100% official.
I got the one for Sinistera today.
Yeah, I did send the one for Sinistera because
I know,
I knew
yeah.
you'd seen it, but I thought I'd send it anyway. It's going to be a similar thing. You didn't want Sinistera to go.
I didn't.
He's a good
but
player.
I didn't until he started his I'm going to press legal actions and be a little bitch. And then I was like, you know what? We've been paying you a fucking medical bill for half your game. Like, literally, he spent half his season injured. And then he's got the fucking nerve to be like, I just want out. So, nah. Sorry, mate. We looked after you. Piss off.
Have
So-
you seen
I'm
the
hoping
link?
Ryan-
And I love the fact that he spent half his season at Bournemouth injured and they're obliged to buy him. So now they've got a fucking sick note. Thank you for the money. Off you fuck.
I'm hoping Raya's going to turn around and go, I don't like that hassle that most of the Arsenal fans are giving me. I don't want out. I don't want to play for him anymore.
Is he fuck? He's going to be sat there at the end of the season with the potential Premier League winners medal.
Okay, we both know that's not happening.
I'm sorry. I still think you're in the driving seat.
I disagree.
How?
Because City have not playing any teams of note at the end of the
And?
season.
They can't afford to drop any points. They've
Yeah,
got to win every game.
Against teams that are far,
Doesn't
far
matter.
worse than they are.
Leeds only had to win against bottom of the league QPR. And look what fucking happened there.
Yeah, but Leeds aren't City, are they? With all respect, like.
No, but my point still stands. We should have absolutely smashed QPR into the ground. Everything said we should have. And we got fucking battered.
You really did.
If Coventry beat Ipswich in midweek, you are playing Southampton at the perfect time because you're going to be playing us where we're fourth anyway. It makes no difference. Surely we
Go on,
rest
Rice on the edge of the
players.
area. Oh, it's just got his foot in there, Romero. I think.
I
it
mean-
was.
There's one link
defending.
that's got to disappoint you this week, and that's Somerville to Liverpool. And I think that if
Yeah.
you're a Liverpool fan, you've got to be happy with that link
Yeah.
because I think he would
I mean,
improve Liverpool's side.
for me, Somerville,
Great player.
he is a phenomenal player, but
Great player.
he had the chance to leave.
Or it was a good ball in by
But he
by
wanted
Tottenham.
to
Then it's
stay.
headed out by Ben White. It's gone for a corner against Spurs. So we've got to defend another corner. This has not been all Arsenal, you know.
God
Been
no.
very, very 50-50, but
The
their
score's
finishing
very
is shocking.
flattering.
They're finishing shocking.
I'd say your defending's
I mean, our defending's been good all season,
Yeah.
though,
I mean,
hasn't
you've
it?
got. I would say you've got the best defence in the Premier League this season,
I would-
without a shadow of a
I would
doubt.
have to agree. Ben
And,
White for me is one of
and
the
there
most
will
underrated
be-
players in the Premier League.
I mean, I'll say it here now, and I'll do it in the pod as well. But one of the challenges that we're going to be looking at is
That's what
going to
they're playing.
be to name our team of the season. And I don't want you to pick 11 Arsenal players.
Like I'd pick 11 Arsenal players when we've had Raya in all season.
Well, you're not allowed to only drop the goalkeeper.
I wouldn't, because we've not. There's players that have played better than.
I'm gonna
Arsenal.
put a ban on it. There's gonna be one stipulation: you can't have more than 5 players from one club.
It's fair.
That's probably fair.
I mean, for
Admittedly-
me and Tin, it's going to be quite easy because we can actually pick the best. Whereas you've
Yeah,
got
because you
that.
don't support any of them in the.
But
in the
when
Premier
your
League.
teams
That's it. It's
either
now
first in the
half-time.
league or second in the league where you're going to finish, it's very easy to pick 8, 9 of your own team, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would be.
Especially when you consider the actual fact that, like, I know Stretch doesn't believe it, but I still think very much it's Arsenal's league to lose. As you stated before, points on board are better than games in hand.
Yeah.
And it is Arsenal's to lose. As long as Arsenal continue that pressure, continue that momentum,
How's City getting on?
they're not playing at the moment.
What time do they kick off?
I don't know.
After,
the
isn't
other
it?
score that I saw was Bournemouth getting their ass handed to them, handing Brighton their ass. Bear with me.
Right, we'll be back to you in the second half. Hello, and welcome back to the birthday watch-along. Arsenal versus Tottenham at Tottenham Stadium, which, if you'll have seen the first half, you'll be knowing is going very, very well for Arsenal. We're currently 3-0 up. We've just kicked off the second half. Arsenal are in possession. Tottenham look like they've given up. They look like a beaten team. Yeah, it's not looking good for Spurs at the moment. I'm still not messaging my Tottenham mates. I don't think it works if you fully plug it in, mate. I think you've got to sort of mess with it.
Well, I kind of noticed that.
You've got to sort of mess with it and have you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Yeah, you'll have to mess with it until you can hear it.
Yeah, you fiddle with that.
I have
Who'd have
heard,
thought you
I
plug
have
it
heard
in,
he's
start
good at
playing,
fiddling.
It doesn't work.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. I'm not quite sure why it's gone a bit messed up
So
like that.
basically, you just got to stick the tip in.
But this is a football podcast. That was barely a foul by the scorer of the first goal. You remember who that was?
Sorry, I'm too busy.
The scorer of the
Højbjerg.
first goal?
Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
Yeah, so I was watching Charlie Hull on Instagram. I was a little bit distracted.
I think that's his golfer lover.
Yeah, more like Rick Shields.
Mate, she'd have a restraining order out on me if she even knew I went.
I bet he's more into Pete Finch or Rick Shields than he is
Oh,
that
Pete
Charlie
Finch
Hull.
all day.
Oh, that was nearly in again. That was nearly 4. Nearly 4.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu. Great player. I do really like Tomiyasu, you know. I think he's brilliant.
Has he come on, or has he been playing the whole game?
Wow. No, he's played the whole game.
Oh, I just haven't seen him.
He was
In the
involved in the
first
first half.
Not much.
Well, not a lot, but then he is a defender and Tottenham is shite, so he didn't need to do that
That's a
much,
good
did he, in
thing.
the first half?
That's a good thing, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I'd rather my defenders did absolutely nothing because we've got a shite keeper, so the last thing I need to do is the ball go through and him have to do anything of note. Because let's face it, he's not going to do it. I was shocked, you know, at how much support I had about David Raya online. I would say the Arsenal fan base are 70-30 in favour of Ramsdale. There are hundreds and
So,
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fans against Raya.
I'm going to word it like this. I think you're excessively overcritical of Raya.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that you literally are over the top with your...
I agree.
Right. However, if you do not say that Ramsdale is a better keeper than Raya, you seriously need to have your head checked. You need to give yourself a head wobble because Ramsdale is a better keeper. I mean, not only are we going to say that I'm saying he's a better keeper,
Raya says that Ramsdale is a better keeper.
Hmm.
However, I do think you're slightly unnecessarily mean towards Raya.
The difference is, right, is you're a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So you're looking at it purely from a goalkeeper's point of view because you don't support Arsenal. So you don't care either way which one's in net. You're not too bothered. So you're just looking at, as a goalkeeper, on which goalkeeper you think is better at this or better at that. And overall, I think you'd agree that Ramsdale was better than Raya. The reason I'm so anti-Raya is because he's taken Ramsdale's spot. I don't think he's good enough, and I find it fucking infuriating.
It's not his fault, though, is it?
It's his fault he's shite. He should train better or do something better. But I blame Arteta for it myself.
Yeah.
But then I've said to both of you guys, I don't think Arteta's that great a manager. I think Arteta is massively overrated. I don't think he's that good. Look at our knockout competitions. Arsenal own the FA Cup. We've got so many wins in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
But then Arteta comes along
Great shutout.
and we just get beat and beat and beat and beat constantly, time and time again.
Looking a little bit wobbly here.
It was a bit of a dodgy clearance by Arsenal, and it's gone straight to Spurs, who were then trying to do an Arsenal and pass it around on the edge of the area and in the area, and Kulusevski, it turns out, isn't good enough to do that. Put a good ball in, though, and it was a good header by... Oh. Mr. Wrestling. WWE, and Romero put it over the top. I tell you what, though, for a team that are losing 3-0 to have their centre-back 4 yards out, making the attacking header, fair play to them. They're obviously going for it. They're literally throwing everybody forward. Because if they'd have lost the ball then and Saka had gone on the attack with his pace, or Trossard, they'd have been in real trouble then.
Or he'd have fell over.
Trossard probably wouldn't, but Saka, I'll see where you're going with. Look, he's going to fall over again in a minute.
No, hey!
To be fair, that was probably warranted.
I was about to say,
he's got two people holding him.
I was about to say, you just proved me wrong, and then
To be fair, he did try stay on his
He
feet.
put in a good fight that time, to be fair to him. He really did try and stay on his feet and then got dragged down by Davis. And right, so Arsenal have got it now, just inside their own half, doing a lot of passing about amongst the defenders, and then playing it down the right-hand side, which is generally what they do anyway. I think Ben White went for a bit of a tumble then, didn't he?
Yep. You know what it was? You got a nosebleed from being that high up.
Hey, he scored a brace the other day. Don't be having to go at our goal-scoring defender.
Mate, you should sit.
Oh, you like Ben White, don't you? He used to play for
I was
these.
say the last game he played for us, he scored an absolute screamer.
Don't be playing the ball back to Raya like that, boys, please.
Ben
God
White,
damn.
the one that got away.
That was a terrible pass by, of all people, Odegaard. Give it straight to Kulusevski, who's just walked through the Arsenal defence.
No.
I'm not sure that's... I think he's
No.
played for that. And Gabriel is telling him, you played for that. Stop being a cheat. Get on your feet.
Yeah.
Fair play, Gabriel. You've told him. That was an awful ball
mean, that
by
is an awful pass.
Odegaard.
It's a good
That's
driving
probably
run.
the only bad
It
thing
is a
he's
good
done.
driving run. You know what?
I'm not sure, you know that.
I think you may have got away with that.
Oh.
I think you've got away with
I
that.
think Gabriel's done him there. I think
think
Gabriel has legged him up there.
The thing is, though, has the ball gone out of play yet? Because until it goes out of play.
Yeah. It's,
Oh,
what
my
a
God, what a
save.
stop!
Wow.
What a stop by Vicario. That is the sort of save that Raya can only dream of. I'll keep saying it 'cause I like him. I think
Probably
Havertz
offside
was
as
probably
well.
offside, to be fair, but the ball come across and Saka volleyed it from just 6 yards out. 6 yards out. No time
That's
to
a
react,
great
and
save.
Vicario's gone down and stuck his right leg out. Managed to get it over the bottom. Honestly, that was
That's
a
a great
quality
save.
save.
especially with his feet being very much like,
Yeah, under him.
yeah.
And
Great
to
save.
go down and get his foot out and knock that over the ball. What a save that
And
was.
that's a,
I think it would have been
just hit
disallowed
him.
for offside, but
That's a good save.
what a stop that was.
You know who that
was
reminds me
superb.
of? Some of the saves that David De Gea used to make.
Absolutely.
He was very feet heavy, wasn't he? He used his feet a lot, but I tell you what, he used them to good effect. Ben White's trying to make himself a nuisance in the box again, as he normally does.
I love this, like, everyone at the back post moves forward thing that Arsenal do. It's very different.
It seems to work quite well, doesn't it? Because they just pile forward all together.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the cross was a bit poor.
that time. But no, it's a interesting move.
I mean, it
Does
got them.
work.
It got them their third goal. So
Oh, that was a good foot in. That was by Odegaard. They've got Tomiyasu going up, and he's lost out to Porro. I actually don't mind Porro, you know. I think he's quite a good defender. Oh, Odegaard just being great again. Finally, they flagged an offside just because it was offside. Quickly taken by Spurs and quickly lost by Spurs. Oh, they're just so good,
That's
aren't they? That
terrible.
was an awful pass
absolutely
by
terrible.
Kulusevski. I don't even think he properly looked for Porro then. He just leathered it at him.
just absolutely stinging it into his shins.
Yeah, that was a dreadful pass. So Arsenal now got it again. Oh, that was a bit of a cruncher.
So did you watch much of Brentford Everton game, like you said?
Yes, I watched it. I sat and watched the game, yeah. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I mean, it wasn't the most entertaining game of the season, but it was alright. It was a decent game. Decent game, to be fair. I mean, Everton they've started doing okay, haven't they, really?
I mean, they were good against Liverpool.
Do you know what Everton
As
remind
much
me
as
of?
Liverpool were bad, Everton were good.
Do you know what
as
Everton
well.
remind me of at the minute and over the last few years? Villa just before they got relegated. Because they're surviving, but just every season. You can only do that for so long before that paper towel will break and you'll fall through.
I think they've got to have a good year the first year to move into a new stadium, otherwise...
There's going to be a
Because-
lot of boos there.
Because once they've moved into the new stadium, and if they can get through that first year, maybe second year, it should start generating the money again, and then you'll probably find that they'll probably do okay.
My issue with Everton is they, like I say, they can only last so long doing what they're doing.
And also,
Because it happened with Villa.
but also, they're about to move into a new stadium. I can't think of a single team that have moved to a new stadium and done well.
Took us years.
That's what I mean. You've
Took
got
us years to win.
when you're moving into a new stadium, guess what you've got? No money. What have Everton already got? No money.
Yeah.
It's a fair point.
I don't think Leicester will be the only team starting next season with minus points.
Well, hopefully, because they've appealed, what they should do is give them their 2 points back, and then add on 18 next year.
I just think, yeah. I just find it like amusing that Norwich. Why did I say Norwich? Nottingham Forest were given 2 points because they assisted with the whole thing. They held their hands up and they assisted with it.
Oh, 4 points.
That was horrendous. That was horrendous shot.
I've literally just said that Pedro Porro is a good player.
And then he
Gets the ball on the edge of the area on Tottenham's right-hand side of Arsenal's area and has just absolutely spoofed it straight into the crowd.
probably trying to cheer on the
That
fuckers.
that was an absolute shank and a half, that wasn't it? That was like one of us trying to use a wedge.
To be fair, I hit a few like that today at the range.
Doesn't surprise me. I hit my wedges like that all the time.
Yeah, but none of them bloody counted.
Oh, he stayed on his feet. Saka's through. He's
Good
played the
ball.
ball left to Trossard.
Lovely
Trossard
ball.
just cut inside and shoot.
No, play him.
Trossard,
Oh,
good
he
block.
needs-
He, well,
Right,
he did what I
right.
asked him to do. He cut inside, he shot, but to be fair, the Tottenham defender,
The
who
overlap was
I
looking
think was
good.
Kulusevski actually, stuck his foot out and got a block in. Good block. Fair play to him.
Oh, that's
Good
great.
ball.
ball.
Arsenal got it back on the edge of the
Good
area.
turn.
Odegaard's got it. It's come to Havertz.
For what?
What?
Okay.
Has the whistle just gone for?
What's he diving around now for?
He's pretending he got pushed.
So,
I'm not sure what the whistle went for then. Was
No,
Odegaard
I don't.
offside? Because I think that was borderline actually when Odegaard got
I
played.
don't know.
through.
I just saw that they blew the whistle and... What was we talking about? Forgot. Oh, Bournemouth are 2-0 up against Brighton.
Go on. Why? That's why he's not a striker. That's why Havertz is not a striker. Why not just swing your foot at that? He's left-footed, and it was going towards his left foot. Why don't you just swing your foot at that rather than trying to control? He didn't know whether to control it with his
Yeah.
chest or his thigh or what. Just hit the ball. You're meant to be a striker. Swing your left foot. I'm right-footed, and I'm crap, and I'd have still swung my left foot at that. It might have ended up in Rosa, but at least I'd have taken the shot.
Yeah.
He tried to control it, and it just ended up going harmlessly past him. It didn't even touch him in the end.
But yeah, as we were saying, Nottingham Forest, they got 2 points for helping. Everton did anything but help, and then they got 2 points, and then decided they were going to contest it. It just seems to me that because they're
Something's
all,
got it on the right.
just like Liverpool, they're always the fucking victims, never the culprits. They're getting like this sympathy vote, and everyone's just sort of like, "Oh, poor Liverpool, Everton."
Good
Why?
defending by Tottenham.
Why are they getting special fucking treatment? If it was any other team, it'd be like, all right, well, here's 10 points this season, 15 next season, off you fuck. Leicester the same, you're getting done next season. Sheffield United, you're getting done next season. Everton, let's see if we can...
that was great defending by Rice, even though it was in Tottenham's half. It was good defending. Got the ball back.
It cut out an attack, didn't it? So, but yeah, so they're getting like super special treatment, and it's like, it baffles me. Absolutely baffles me why they get the treatment that they are.
I really don't know, to be honest. Maybe it's just a Liverpool thing, because Everton are from Liverpool. They get the same treatment as Liverpool. Because you've got one guy stood there going, well, they're going to try and blame me on my own. Because that's what Liverpool tend to do for stuff.
To
That
be
was
fair,
shocking.
for most of the season we've been hating on Everton, but this week we've quite liked them a little bit for a day.
I fucking loved them.
Do you know, the thing is when they're putting in that much effort, and they're actually showing for their fans, any team that's going to put effort in for the fans, and that's what Everton are doing at the minute.
It's because they're scared of having their cars smashed in by the fans if they don't.
I can't even say anything against that, because it's probably true, isn't it?
But it is funny watching the wheels fall off.
Well, this time last season, they were attacking the players in their cars as they were trying to
Yeah,
leave,
they were.
which is why I now no longer like Everton, because of last season's behaviour.
But the interesting thing I saw today, it is all down to Klopp as to why they failed this season.
Who?
Klopp.
Thank you.
Well, wasn't Mo
because-
Salah trying to argue with him the other day?
Yeah. But I go along the lines that Klopp
Saka's on the
obviously
edge of the area.
announced his retirement or him leaving Liverpool before the end of the season, which was a huge difference to Ferguson, who said he only told the players once they won the Premier League. Because all Klopp's
corner to
done
Arsenal.
is gone up, and he's
Good
basically
defending.
told his Liverpool players, added additional pressure on, thinking, we need to win it for him. So this season all
They did
became
win.
about him.
They did win.
Carabao Cup.
They've still won a trophy. Still
You
a
know,
trophy.
you know what makes me laugh though on the whole Carabao Cup?
More than we've got.
Last time I checked, and I don't want to be quoted on this, but I'm pretty sure last time I checked, no one has won the League Cup more times than Liverpool. So like with Arsenal and the FA Cup, the League Cup is Liverpool's cup. That's their thing. But when they didn't win it and Man United won it, it was a Tin Pot Cup. Does this mean that technically Liverpool are the Tin Pot Trophy team?
Maybe.
If they're calling it a Tin Pot Trophy,
I
but
don't-
they've won it more times than anybody else,
I don't think it's a technicality, is it? Look, let's see Maddison here. Oh my
Oh
god,
my
he is such a
days.
fanny. I hope you don't get picked for England just because of that. You've dived
You
like,
know
at
what?
least 4
He's
times
really
today.
annoying me over the last couple games
Yeah.
I watched him.
He's just been dreadful. Throwing himself to the floor. That was an awful corner.
Yeah,
It
stop
was
running.
wildly overhit. But then they were probably worried that... I mean, Martinelli's coming. Don't bring Trossard off. Bring Havertz off. Put Traverts...
Traverts?
Traverts? Bring Havertz off and put Trossard up front and Martinelli on the left. Stop bringing Trossard off. It's so frustrating. Trossard's a better player than Havertz for me. But Martinelli's coming on for the last 28 minutes, 27 minutes.
I mean, he's a player that should care about the North London derby as well.
Well, he reckons he's Arsenal through and through, doesn't he?
Jim.
Goal scorers off.
Are you checking out the result before it's come through on the TV?
No.
So I'm
No.
assuming that means
No.
Spurs score at some point.
Oh,
Oh!
Oh,
Oh! Oh!
tell me again how good Raya is.
Oh, even better.
Tell me again how good David Raya
That
is
was
as a
a
goalkeeper.
terrible,
You are
terrible decision.
Fucking shit.
Fucking hell,
Get
Raya.
out
You
of
had
my
one
club.
thing to do.
That's
Stop
the
him
only
from
thing he's
moaning.
had.
No, you know
the
what?
only thing he's had to do today is
The
one
thing
thing.
that-
He's had 2 kicks today. Both of them have gone to Tottenham.
I mean, that's fizzed at him too fast for my liking.
No, it's
But-
not. It's
but
fine.
What
What
is
is
with,
that?
What's
That
with
was
this?
all.
But what's with this?
And he keeps diving the wrong way.
What's with this? Trying to dink it out. What's with this trying to
Goalkeepers
Oh my
don't need
God.
to dink.
just fuck it off?
Goalkeepers aren't in goal to do the silky, skillful passes.
Tell me
Unless your
again
name's Edison.
how good Raya is as a goalkeeper. Anybody dares tell me Raya is a good goalkeeper?
Unless your name's Edison, then you can do what the fuck you like.
Jesus Christ. Look, he's just given Spurs the impetus now, but literally given it to them. They
Yeah,
haven't
that was a
earned it.
gift.
They haven't earned it. They've earned no part of this. They were handed that goal like they were handed the first one the first time we played them. Because Raya flapped it into Brennan Johnson, who then just tapped it across to Son, who scored. I don't understand what people see in David Raya as a good goalkeeper, because he's just shocking. Arsenal on the attack,
Wow.
and I think they've given a goal kick, even though Havertz kicked it into the Spurs player for a corner. Don't be putting your thumb up, Raya. Get off the pitch. Go home. Go back to fucking Brighton or Brentford or wherever the fuck you came from, and don't come
Brentford.
back. It's no wonder Brentford aren't bothered that he's left. God, he's so shit.
It doesn't matter if he makes another 2 mistakes in this game. You know who's going to be in goal for Arsenal's next game?
Raya?
Yeah, still Raya.
Doesn't matter what Raya does. Honestly, I'd love to see the pictures he's got of Arteta.
I think the only way that Ramsdale is getting back in.
As if Raya dies.
No, well, that might help, or if Raya gets caught sleeping with Arteta's wife. If he's
Have you-
married.
What are you on about?
Do you know,
I don't
I
know his
think they're
relationship.
sharing
I mean,
anyway.
In all fairness, I think Arteta probably watches.
I think they're sharing anyway. I'll be honest with you. Go on, Martinelli. He could have gone through that. Get up. That was never a foul in a million years. Have you seen that meme of the penalty shootout where that keeper gets smashed in the face with a ball?
Yeah.
And then they stand him up, and then
Yeah.
they sit him on a chair.
Scott Sterling.
Yeah.
I knew his last
That's-
name. I couldn't remember his first.
That is Raya at Arsenal. He could get broken arms. He could get broken. They'd just bring a chair out and stick him on a chair and put him in the middle of the goal. And to be honest, he'd be just as useful as he is fully abled.
See, I'm really going to piss you off
You
now.
see, you're rating him against him. Sterling was a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Sterling saved them. That's why. Raya gives the ball away, but everyone thinks he's great.
So I'm just going to piss you off now. But I really like David Raya's gloves, and I want a pair.
I'm absolutely fine with that. Do you know why you like them so much? Because they still look now the same way they did when they come out of the packet. I can't believe how shit he is and how people still think he's good. I don't understand how he gets the ratings that he gets.
Are you ready for something controversial that you don't expect to say? Right now, I hope that Bayern Munich win the Champions League.
Why?
Why? Because I want Kane to win a trophy. As much as it's funny that he's not, I kind of want him to go into the Euros with a bit of confidence.
He scored 42 goals this season. If he's not confident, he shouldn't be playing football.
No, of winning something.
I'd rather see Jude Bellingham lift it.
He's going to win something. He's going to win a cannon.
I just think that surely at some point Kane has got to think, I'm cursed, I'm never going to win a trophy or win anything other than golden boots.
I mean, the person that's going to screw it up for England is Southgate. It's nothing to do with Kane, let's be honest.
Yeah. But that little bit...
But we'll
of
get
extra
into that
confidence.
in the pod because it's drawing closer now. And we are going to have a fantasy football Sunday League Pundits league table, and we're hoping people are going to get involved.
I do need to download the app. I
You
mean,
do need to download the app.
I mean, he probably could have posted a link in the group, which would have took us to
He
it.
could have.
The problem being is, until the sides are chosen, and you can actually go into the app and sort it all out, I don't know whether that's going to be the app that they're using or whatever. So I'm going to wait until we're actually at a point where we can go in and actually choose our teams, and then I'll let it out into the ether then.
Oh, so we don't actually need to do it.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's the app because that's the only app I've found so far. But I don't know whether it's an app from last year that they've just renamed or whatever. So we're going to wait until we can definitely choose our teams. Yeah, Nottingham Forest versus City. That's easy win for Forest, that, isn't it?
I mean, I really want Forest to not win another game this season until going into the last game of the season when they play Burnley, because I think that game could be absolutely fantastic.
I'd like them to beat City. I'll be honest.
Well, you would, but what's the chances of that happening?
About 0.001%,
Yeah.
give or take.
Give you 5-1.
I'll give you evens that Raya's going to make another mistake.
No Haaland again.
I mean, he hasn't
I
done
swear
a
they
lot
just said
lately,
he
has
was
he?
returning.
They've just shown him coming off the bus
Yeah.
with his
He
headphones
must
on.
be on the bench then, because it looked like
That-
Alvarez was starting
that
I
up.
was
swear they just
probably a foul.
said the return of Erling Haaland.
I think
I think
Thomas
he's on the
Partey.
bench then.
I think Thomas Partey has just fouled Kulusevski and they haven't given it.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
Yeah.
As well as Bob. I love the
I
fact
like him, you
that, I
know.
love the fact they've got a striker whose name is Bob.
I quite like him as a player, you know. I think he's going to be quite good.
And I'd love them to get Rowan Atkinson to just do a match commentator.
Bob.
Because the reason he says it like that is apparently he's got like a speech thing and he can't pronounce his B's properly or something. So when he says Bob, he has to do that stupid voice. So that's why he always emphasised it whenever it took. So I always thought it was taking the piss, like, because you knew it was a woman. So he was like, okay, Bob. But it's not. It's actually like a thing that he's got with his voice.
I didn't know that.
So I'd love,
Every day's a school day, isn't it?
so I would love to see him do a football match.
Oh, God, here we go. Raya's got the ball again. He went for the 2-yard pass rather than going for the 30-yard screamer that we all know he's not got in him, even though that's the reason we've signed him, is for his distribution, and he's just distributed it straight into Tottenham.
You know what? I think what happened today, I think that's actually one of them that's classed as a goalkeeper error.
It won't be, though, not on the stats, because they'll change it so that Raya still looks like an absolute
From
top
goalkeeper
quality.
error to inaccurate pass.
Yeah. And then it will just be great finish.
Tell you what's really annoying me. You can't buy those gloves. They're not available yet.
Do you know why? Because the company are thinking, fuck me, look at what we've got wearing.
No,
No,
they've just-
one's going to want them
They're
anyway
promoting
now,
a
are they?
glove with him as his like the figurehead. I was like, oh, they're going to be them. And they're not.
Yeah, they probably just assume that nobody wants them.
I do.
Wow.
To be fair, if
If you want to fuck up
Stretch
like
won them gloves and they were signed David Raya gloves, he definitely wouldn't keep them as a memorabilia.
He'd be wearing them on a Friday night, grinding them into the AstroTurf.
that. Have you not seen what you just walk past in the garden? I've spent the last 2 days burning wood in a big metal bin. That's where the gloves would go.
Yeah.
I'd use them as firelighters. Oh, I'm so annoyed that we've do you know what annoys me even more? Is that
Martinelli nearly fucking
Yeah, I
up
was going to say.
No, we've literally just gone through the predictions and Darryl went for 3-1 Arsenal.
I know,
I
yeah.
know. Well, one goal and nobody's going to get more than 1 point.
Well, I can see it being 3-3 at this point because all they've got to do is put a bit of pressure on Raya and they've scored.
I'm okay with 3-3.
So he went for a fucking...
Because you went for a draw. Yeah. But I'm not okay with 3-3 because it's the North London derby
And you'd get so
Winning-
much more shit for blowing a 3-0 lead.
I know, yeah.
Oh,
Could
can
you
you
imagine the
imagine?
shit he's going to get for that?
especially if it's the player that I hate the most because he keeps causing us goals. I'm surprised that didn't go in. It was a pitiful cross from
goes
the
through
right
his
side,
legs,
but it
hits his back
bounced
foot and
right in
goes
front of Raya.
Ryan, not Taibbi.
There you go. Raya's just passed the ball over the halfway line straight to Martinelli. That's all that people will talk about now.
It was a
That
good pass.
was a poor pass by
It
Martinelli.
was
That
good
was.
distribution from Raya.
Yeah, that's all you're going to hear now. What a great pass that was by David Raya. Fucking
Yeah,
sick
but
of it.
that's always been the way with football. People will always have a sort of a skewed view on how they see things. They
I'm
always
not
will.
sure that was a foul. Richarlison just took the ball off Party then, and Party fell over, and I think he's won us a free kick there.
It's gone down as not a goalkeeper error. It's gone down as great assist.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
He's offside.
I mean, to be fair, it was.
He's offside. It's not a foul. It's an offside.
Oh, it's offside. Okay, I can deal with that then. That's fine. That's fine. Because it definitely wasn't a foul. He just took
No,
the ball
it
off
wasn't.
Party.
I was in agreement with you, but when they showed it, he was about fucking 10 yards offside.
Here we go. Tottenham players are all lining up because Raya's about to take the free kick. And,
Great ball.
On the fucking penny.
What a ball by
Shut
Raya
What
there.
an absolute.
So-
Straight over everybody, right on.
Both
Onto
of
his
you
foot.
can wind your
Right
neck in
onto his
right
foot.
now.
That is fucking class, that is.
Both of you can wind your neck in. It's gone out to the right. Saka. Ben White's overlapping. He's just ignored him. Come back out. Thomas Partey in the middle to Gabriel. Chips it over to Martinelli on the left, who comes inside. Oh, that was good defending, to be fair, by Spurs.
But to be fair,
Broke
if
it down. That was bad defending
Raya
by
keeps
Gabriel.
taking his goal kicks and free kicks like that, you can see why he's Arsenal's number one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to be doing this pod in a minute. You can go off, people.
I'm surprised I've lasted this long.
Surprising he chose us
I know,
to do
yeah.
this pod with.
You know what it was? We were the last resort.
Dreadful, the pair of you. Horrible, horrible people. Spurs have now
And I'm
got...
okay with it.
Spurs have now got 15 minutes
So in your
to
other
save this game.
pod that you do with Dad and Zach, was this game in your predictions?
I think the book's inside. I think it was, you know. I
Please
think it
tell me
was.
Zach went something stupid like 4-0.
No, I think Zach went 2-0 to Spurs. And funny enough, on that prediction, I went 3-1 Arsenal.
There we go.
But I'm still annoyed that they've scored their one because of how it was scored.
Yeah, there's going to be many tears about that.
Well, it's just another game. When I'm listing off all the games where we've conceded because of David Raya, this is just another game to add to the list. 2v Luton, 1v Newcastle, 1v Porto, 1v
Oh,
Chelsea.
Jesus Christ. He really has, hasn't he?
Oh, I've got him off by heart now, mate. I've written him that many times to
Yeah.
people that keep telling me how good he is. There was 2 against Luton. Did you watch the Luton game?
Yes, we've seen the Luton game. We've seen
He's
them
just said
all.
no, so I'm showing him again.
Uh.
How shocking David Raya
No,
was in that
get
game.
up. He should get a booking for that.
Go on, Martinelli.
Well, that was a pullback.
That was a push. That's got to be a booking there.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
He's been yellow carded for that.
I was gonna
Martinelli was clean through. It's come through. He's on the halfway line. He burst past Kulusevski, and Kulusevsky, rather than trying to tackle, just pushed him in the back.
Yeah, that's a booking. But
Thing
look
is,
at this
isn't it?
one. Look at this. This is
Brennan
surely a
Johnson
dive.
on the right hand side.
Eh.
I don't
There's
know whether there was
there's
any
a
contact
grab.
there or
So he
not.
grabs him there, then he trips him.
And then he literally just pushes him over on the halfway line. Dear me.
Bit like Yove's challenge on Miller.
That was
I didn't even see that, you know. There was too many people in front of us. I still called for the penalty, but I didn't see the challenge.
It was.
It was 100% a penalty.
It was. So basically, my gripes with yesterday's game was the goal they scored was fucking miles offside,
What? Yeah, that was offside.
right? So that pissed me off.
Mm.
They had an attack where the ball went out of play and they played on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I called that.
And it
as
would have
well.
been our throw,
Mhm.
just to take the piss even more. And then Joe rugby tackles fucking Miller without the ball.
I didn't see that one.
And it's like, play on.
But the best moment had to be when Miller kind of had the ball and Yove shouted Yove's ball when he was nowhere near it. And
Miller
Miller
shit
ran
himself.
away from the ball.
He absolutely shit himself.
That's quite funny.
Good hands.
Don't even.
Great.
That was
catch.
good hands.
Don't
That
even.
was fantastic.
That was.
It still doesn't make up for
He had
conceding.
Son in
the
his
way
back and everything. That was a fucking great catch.
He could have easily dropped that.
Oh yeah.
That's why he wants them gloves, because it holds onto the ball.
He's got to hold on to something because his boots are shite. Oh, that was nearly very, very dangerous
All
by
right,
Spurs
it'll be
then.
nice to you for one. It helps when picking the ball up out the back of the Arsenal net.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can get behind that way of thinking.
There you go.
I can definitely get behind that way of thinking.
I can say things how you like it as well.
Oh, good again.
great hands.
Raya's just come out and claimed a very poor cross by Brennan Johnson.
Only poor cross because Raya was there.
Mate, Stuart Little would have come out and claimed that one.
Bit of an exaggeration.
Good timing, good
Yeah.
run, good
Right.
jump.
Stuart Medium.
Well watched.
Well watched. It's changed from him watching the opposition and giving them the ball, isn't it? I can see I'm going to have some arguments this week with Arsenal fans online. That was an awful challenge. Saka does get kicked a lot. I mean, he dives a lot, don't get me wrong, but he does get kicked a lot.
I'd kick him because he dives.
Yeah, to be fair, if he wasn't on my team, we have been known to put our boot in on somebody that dived. Just because we don't like the diving. There is 10 minutes left. We're in the 80th minute, just hit 80 minutes. And it is Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1. And again, at this point, either team could score the next goal because it's very 50-50. Richarlison's just hit the deck. Referee play on. Oh, that was a bit bad again. The ball got played down the right-hand side. Saka's let it roll across his body. And now, what's his name? Davis is now going to get a yellow card because he just ran straight into him. I don't think he's as badly injured as he's trying to make out. Unless it was knee on knee, that can be painful.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. The amount he rolls around, he looks like he's been in a car crash.
Here's a test for you right now. 4 years ago, who was your favourite player at Arsenal?
4 years ago.
Yeah. I've got it written right here on my phone. Who you said was your favourite player at Arsenal?
Gotta be Granit Xhaka.
Definitely wouldn't have been
No,
Granit
you
Xhaka.
definitely won Granit Xhaka.
4 years ago. I'm
4
trying to think
years
he was
ago.
there 4 years ago. Read out some of the players.
It's not multiple choice.
I can't remember.
I can
who
give
was
you a
there 4
clue
years
what you
ago.
said. So, it's interesting. So I can, because I've got the whole post now. So, it's what you put as a nomination. So your club supported is Arsenal. Your favourite ever player from your club?
Jerry.
Yeah. So that matches favourite manager ever.
Wenger.
So, player you'd love to see at your club.
Player you'd love to see at your club. God, there's loads.
So this was 4 years ago.
That's my issue is I can't
Who
remember
did
what I
you
did
want?
yesterday. You asked me to go back 4 years. 4 years ago. Who would I want?
Patrick Bamford.
Do you know what I probably want now? I don't know. Now I'm hoping it was Declan Rice, but I don't think it was.
No.
I don't know. I don't even know who that would have been.
Haaland was a player you wanted to sign for Arsenal.
I can get behind that way of thinking.
Yeah, I'd still want him there now.
I like past me.
Favourite memory of your club?
1989.
Describe it.
Winning the league at Anfield.
No, that's not your favourite moment.
Is it not? Oh, maybe the Invincible season.
It's favourite goal.
Thierry Henry against Man United.
I say you didn't even say that.
It's gonna be Ian Wright.
No, it's not. These
Nothing
are all
really.
from you 4 years ago.
Well, I don't know what I was thinking 4 years ago then.
How much coke were you on?
Okay.
He's on about Coke the drink,
Okay.
by the way. Just for anyone listening.
Who's your best player ever?
Best player ever?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Is that just in my lifetime?
It
Or
must
in
be.
history?
I don't know. However you answered it at the time, it just says best player ever.
and then you've wrote a player down.
Either Ian Wright or Thierry
No.
Henry.
Dennis
No.
Bergkamp.
It could be.
It's not an
Dennis
Arsenal
Bergkamp.
player.
Oh, my personal favourite
Yeah.
player. Oh, Van Basten.
Yeah, that's the one.
I thought you meant Arsenal then.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying. Oh, Van Basten.
I
without
thought
doubt.
you meant
Marco Van
Arsenal.
Basten.
Okay, so your favourite memory of your club was actually the same player as your favourite goal.
It looks like Spurs are going to get a penalty.
Who knows? All I'll say, it was Michael Thomas bursting through the midfield.
I'm
Is your
sure I said
favourite ever.
1989.
Yeah, winning it.
No, I said what? I don't know if that's what happened.
Yeah, that was Anfield
Okay,
1989.
I'll give you
Michael
that.
Thomas bursting through the midfield and he scored the winner.
You should have established it a bit more.
I didn't realise
that-
I'd gone that specific on
You
there.
went
to be
that
fair.
specific. that's right.
Okay, that's nasty.
Right, so the ball's coming. Rice. I would like to point out at this particular minute in time, I'd like to point out that Rice was fully focused on the ball,
Yeah,
Which is-
Davis's balls.
which is going to become clear in a minute. And as the ball's come over and Rice is staring at it, it's definitely a penalty. But as the ball's come up, Davis has then jumped in front of Rice as Rice is kicking the ball. But then, to be fair again, we did come across this the other week and we said it wasn't a penalty. Because otherwise, when somebody's trying to clear the ball, all you've got to do is stand in front of them
Well,
and
they
you've got a
gave.
penalty.
Hang on. They gave the one. Phillips did it as a penalty.
Yeah, this should be
There was
given as a
another
penalty.
one where they didn't give it as a penalty.
I mean, he's not once looked at Davis there. Look, he's staring at the ball.
It is.
He's
yeah.
given. Yeah, of course he's going to give a penalty for that. He's literally kicked him in the knackers.
So your favourite player 4 years ago at your club was Guendouzi.
Great player. I love Guendouzi. Fantastic footballer.
Players you'd like to sell from your club.
Oh, there's a
Years ago.
list.
Oh, there
Xhaka
is a
would have
list.
been first.
Xhaka was first.
El Neni would have been in there.
That was the second, and
Yeah.
then it was.
4 years ago.
I'll give you a clue. You wrote the same player down multiple
Oh,
times in
Xhaka.
between.
Xhaka
Yeah.
was the third.
So then you went with a centre back, I think.
Holding.
No, he's not on the list actually.
Centre back.
What's this? Centre backs you don't like?
I might have been Gabriel at the time then, because I wasn't a big fan of him.
No, not him.
I don't know then.
Mustafi.
Oh fuck! I didn't realise he was there 4 years ago.
Then it's
Then it
your
would have been
right back.
Xhaka.
Then it was Xhaka. Yeah. Then it was your right back.
Yeah, can't remember. Oh, Bellerin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
and
it
Xhaka.
was and then it was a player still at Arsenal that I think you actually
Nelson?
rate. Yeah.
I think he's all right. I just don't think when he's been given a chance, he's been okay and not brilliant. Son's just about to step up and take this penalty, by the way, which was a penalty. There's no getting away.
Is
from it.
Raya
It
going
was
to
a penalty.
make
No,
a
is he?
save?
Fuck
He
no.
went the
not
right
a
way.
chance.
I mean, you went the right way, but you
Yeah.
ain't.
So it's now 3-2 to Arsenal, and I told you, didn't I? I told you. Now Raya's fucked up.
Yeah.
We're now going to...
I don't give a shit.
Completely
Who's
messed
goals,
this
they're
up.
not saving that penalty.
So the next player on the list went to us on loan.
I can't remember who it was. I can see the face. I can't think of the name.
It's a double barrel.
Oh,
What, 4 years
it
ago?
was a different
Yeah.
player than I'm thinking of then, if it was double-barrelled. I don't know.
Maitland Niles.
I'll make the nails, yeah. I forgot he'd
And then it was the final player you wanted to sell.
Xhaka.
They had Xhaka. Yeah, so that was 4 years ago. It just showed up on my memory, so I thought we'd go through just to see how much of it you remembered.
Oh, Gabriel and
Richarlison again. Oh, this should have been such an easy win, you know. We were 3-0 up at half-time. And now with 2.5 minutes plus loads of... I mean, that was never... Look at Richarlison go down afterwards.
Yeah.
So basically, Gabriel's just stood there. Richarlison barrels into him. Gabriel hits the floor. Richarlison takes another 10 steps, then falls on the floor holding his face. He should be booked for that.
Yeah.
100% he should be booked for that.
12 years ago today, Southampton
Won a game.
secured promotion
Oh,
to
secured
the
promotion.
Premier League when we beat Coventry.
Kivior is now coming on for Martin Odegaard. Is that... Have I just seen that?
Mm-hmm.
That is a shocking...
Saka is now captain. And Martin Odegaard is coming off when we are desperate to keep
You know
ahead
what?
of
So
Spurs.
you take off an attacking player to basically say, right, for the last probably
Do you know
8 minutes of this game, you're now going to be playing defensive, is what he's saying.
that's exactly what he's saying.
So basically, you're inviting Tottenham to attack.
Now tell me again what an amazing manager Arteta is. Hasn't got a fucking clue.
Don't know.
Hasn't got a clue. I don't like him. I think we've just won a corner.
Hey.
We need to keep the pressure on there because I reckon there's going to be at least 5 or 6 minutes added afterwards.
So we said. So it's
Bournemouth are winning 3-0, by the way. Just to...
Jesus,
so just to kick
Brighton
off.
are a
We
good
said,
side as well.
"How are you feeling about the game?" And you said nervous. How are you feeling about the game right now?
Annoyed
Annoyed.
because we've thrown it away between Raya and Arteta, the two that are pretty much blamed for every defeat we have. We're now clawing on to a win that should have been great defensive header. That was
Yeah.
Van der Ven. Corner
Good
came
signing.
in.
I would say he was a good signing for them.
Van der Ven, I think he's a good player.
He obviously didn't want to go to a club to win trophies, but you know.
Definitely didn't want trophies. Oh, I don't know. He might have wanted the finishing above Arsenal trophy that they've won for the last few years. Because they seem to celebrate that like they've won a
I wonder
trophy.
if Rice is going to kick this ball as hard as he kicked Davis's ball.
We nearly scored with Davis's ball, did he?
Mate, I'm not going to lie.
That was a great corner, by the way, right in the
replay.
mixing bowl.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the replay, I was like, no wonder he's on the floor.
Yeah, I bet that
See, Gibbs White is linked with Tottenham as
I
well.
really like Gibbs White as well. You know, I think he's a cracking player.
Shame he doesn't want to win trophies either.
Are you still going to like him when he goes to Tottenham?
A little less. I'll be honest, a little bit less. Oh, see, now we're clinging on. I told you there'd be 5 or 6 minutes. There's 6 minutes added on. We're now in 91 minutes,
To
basically.
be
And
fair, I did predict 6 minutes. Because at 88, I said 8 minutes. of the game.
Yeah, we need to be very, very careful now because this is a lot worse than it should have been. And honestly, I'm going to blame the goalkeeper because had he not made that first error, that penalty wouldn't have mattered. We'd now be 3-1, cruising comfortably. We wouldn't have taken Odegaard off to put Kivior on to go all defensive. Don't pretend to be injured, Ryan. Nobody's got any sympathy for you, you fucking idiot. Useless prick. I bet he still plays in the next game as well. And oh my god. I'm done with Raya. I'm done. And we've got him for years as well. That wasn't a foul. How does Havertz win these free kicks like that? Please tell me how Havertz wins these free. I've noticed I've caught myself sitting with my arm up like that because the bar's in the way. So I end up sitting like that for no reason.
Hi.
It looked really stupid. Oh god, if anything, we need a goal now. I think we try and score a goal. Because you're not going to keep it in the corner for 4 minutes. You're an idiot, Havertz. You're an idiot. You are not going to keep the ball. There you go. You've just given the ball away. Why not swing that in? At least give yourselves a chance of scoring another goal. Idiots. Absolute idiots. You're not going to keep it in the corner for 4 minutes. That's stupid.
Yeah, that is.
If you've got 20 seconds left, then fine. Aim for the corner. Not 4 minutes. And now Tottenham are streaming forward. That was a free kick. He was just taken out by Saliba then. I can understand the frustration, to be honest, because I'm feeling it myself now. Frustration, annoyance, it's all sort of the same thing, isn't it, really? Oh, Jesus Christ. And now Tottenham are going to do what Arsenal should have done and swing it in the box. And they're all in there as well.
You've probably only got the goalkeeper back now.
Well, Basuma's a good few yards outside the area. But...
Corner.
So it was a good defensive header by Saliba who gave the free kick away, but now it's come for a corner. So we're defending again for our lives. when we should be comfortable. Go on, goalkeepers union, stand up for him. Tell me how good he is. Fucking
He's made
David
one
Raya.
mistake, which I will give you, and it was a clanger. But since that, he's done nothing wrong.
Which is exactly what happened when Ramsdale was on, and everyone made a big deal out of the error that he made.
Yeah, but again, this is where
But everyone's telling me how good Raya's been since his error, but nobody says that about Ramsdale. And Ramsdale made some cracking saves against
this is
Newcastle.
the same argument I've had about Gerrard and fucking Lampard for years. Gerrard would do fuck all for 95 minutes and score a free kick, and everyone's banging on about how good he is. Lampard does everything right for 68, 90 minutes, but then all of a sudden he makes one bad pass, and everyone's focusing on the bad pass.
Yeah, you've never rated Gerrard.
Well, I remember you telling me how good he was in the England-Germany 5-1 drumming. So I went back and watched it. Every touch he made was either straight back to a German or out of play. The only thing he did good in that game was score a fucking free kick. Which further cemented my point that he was overrated shit.
Surely.
Kai Havertz
Nice.
is
Oh,
not
he
quick enough.
should never have got back to that ball.
Kai Havertz is not quick enough.
That was cracking defending.
To go back to how one of my classmates was described a little while ago, he's got the pace of Johnny Vegas.
He was clear through there, really.
Clean through, yeah, should have been. If that was Martinelli, that'd have been a shot of goal.
But yes.
I'm not saying he'd scored it, but it would have been an attempt at least.
So going on my comment about Gerrard, the biggest crime of England international selection was sacrificing Paul Scholes to a
corner?
winger role.
Surely the keeper comes
That
up
wasn't a
for
corner.
this. It was.
Richarlison got his head to that,
No,
though.
he didn't.
I'm sure he did.
No.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
a corner.
I was confident that was going to be a goal kick then.
Yeah. Sacrificing Paul
Yeah.
Scholes to a wing position so that you could accommodate
Keeper's
Gerrard in the middle.
Disgusting. Just Scholes
Keepers
was,
up.
Scholes was
Keepers
potentially
jostling.
the best player
Love
we
it.
Keepers
got.
up. Keepers on the keeper.
Vicario had come up for the corner in the last minute just to push Raya about. To be
I
honest,
like-
I don't blame him because he's that much of a flappy bird. It probably would have worked. Martinelli did some great
Not long
defending
left
there.
now.
For once, Martinelli's done some defending.
In real time, the game's probably over. But
It is over.
that was close.
That was very close, actually. Don't you be celebrating, Raya. Fucking, you've got no right. No right. We've just won 3-2. Just. And Raya's lying on the floor celebrating the win. I'd have stamped on him. And on his face as well. I was stamped on his face. I hope you puts you out for the last game of the
One
season.
mistake.
And it's cost us a goal.
Yeah. Didn't cost you the game though, did it?
Don't care.
Some of his collecting and some of his other positioning stuff. No problem.
He should not be Arsenal goalkeeper. Anyway, it is a happy birthday for me. Arsenal
Yeah.
have won just.
Time to start telling your son what you think.
Does that take a little bit off?
That
the
takes a
stuff
massive
that you
shine
say?
off. I'm not going to bother messaging them because there's no point. Because it doesn't feel like a win. It's that we
Hang
did
on.
that poor in the second half.
On your birthday, you've just beat Tottenham and you're not going to give shit to your own son.
No,
You
no,
are the
'cause
worst dad ever.
I don't think we deserve it. Don't think we deserve it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us for the
Yeah.
watch along for Arsenal Tottenham. It was finally a
At
good result
least
for
it-
Arsenal.
It was actually a decent game to watch.
It was a good
watch
game to
along.
watch. I know. I imagine for the neutral that was very good.
be
Look
fair,
at
the Leeds
look
one
at
was a good
Arteta hugging Raya there. Look at
You
Arteta
won that
hugging
one.
Raya there.
What?
The watch along that we did.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute
I
disgusting.
thought you were on about the Leeds game on Friday.
So, thank you very much for joining us for this watch along. We've all really enjoyed it, and we're now going to go and record the pod.
Yep.
Thank you very much, and we'll catch you later.